Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my Woohoo Wednesday Live. If you've never met me before, my name's Helen Bullen. I'm a business mentor. But I don't believe Wednesday should be a hump day, so I come on every week at 7:30 a.m. to motivate you, inspire you, give you a bit of fun, laughed at, but also business tips and ideas. Somebody asked me the other day, people keep asking me this, what's your experience in business? I had a bricks and mortar business. I have online businesses. I've had success with all of those. And that's why I became a mentor. I'm also a qualified teacher. So it all sort of went in together, and a bit of a mistake, actually. People kept asking me how I did it. And I was like, well, okay, I can show you. But now I concentrate almost totally. I do have the HB box and my membership, etc., on being a business mentor. So good morning. And if you have never seen me before, this is Woohoo Wednesday. I don't believe it's a hump day. So if you right now are thinking, I hate Wednesdays, and I say this every week. Morning, Tracy. Nice to see you. I'm going to wave back at you. But if you're saying every week, I hate a Wednesday, it's a hump day. Oh my God, how long till Friday? And then you get to Friday and you're like, yay, I've got the weekend, Saturday. You get to Sunday afternoon at 4:00 and you start to go, oh God, it's Monday soon. And then you just live that life. That is not the way you should be living life, okay? Life, work, whatever. And they are both interconnected. Do not let anybody tell you that your business can be totally separate from your life. Not when you're working for yourself. They interlink. Doesn't mean you have to be working all the time. Doesn't have to be, you have to be partying all the time. But a good business and a good life is really what you should be aiming for. And today, morning, Sue. So yeah, if you haven't done it yet, Sue Ford is the first on today. Get a woohoo in the comments. Stick me a woohoo in the comments or say it out loud. Wake up somebody that's lying in bed next to you. Shout it on the bus, the tube. I don't care. Woohoo. Let's have a little bit of positivity today. And I'm not all about just positivity. I just don't want you to live your world thinking Wednesday is always the shitty day because you haven't quite got to Friday yet. But once you get over Wednesday, it will be okay. Do not wish your life away. Got some woohoo coming on Instagram. Thank you, Tracy. Jen's just put one in. Woohoo. Here's to a rocking Wednesday. I like that. I feel like I should be doing this for a rocking Wednesday. So I've come on to talk today. Morning. I can see there's a few more people. I'm going to wave to a few people on Instagram. As I said, it's Woohoo Wednesday, so time to be happy. But I'm going to talk to you about me having a meltdown yesterday. And right now, you might not know why I had a meltdown. But if you scroll through my feed on anywhere here right at the moment, on whatever platform you're watching me, you will have seen me with wild hair. And I have to say, morning. I'm saying good morning to Pink's Therapy. I think that might be Jen. I can't see who it is, but tell me who you are. Sometimes I need a name in the comment on Instagram, so just help me out there. But yeah, I had a meltdown because I've just got out the shower, so my hair right now is pretty wet, but you can see it's starting to go. The curls are coming. And I'm not. Somebody said to me, be thankful you've got hair. I'm very thankful I have hair. Those who don't know my story, I went through chemo last year. My hair used to be down here and it's now growing back. Oh, morning, Sapna. Nice to see you. I can't really see you in case you got worried. My brain is jumping all over the place, but I must tell you this story today. So I had a meltdown because I looked in the mirror and my hair, I hadn't actually put any of my husband's hair gel on because that's what I'm working with right now. And although it's lovely and it's growing back, it is growing upwards on the top of my head right now. There is a upwards thing and I want it to come down anyway. And yes, I'm grateful. So I looked in the mirror. I looked more like a cockapoo than I never looked, or a labradoodle, whichever one you want to call me. And I was like, I look like I don't know. I loved my Auntie Margaret very much, but I look like I've got her hair and I maybe need a purple rinse. That's just my own perception, very subjective, but I didn't like it. And it sent me into a meltdown. And then I was like, well, is it really the hair that's sending you into meltdown? And I realized that it wasn't. How many of you have ever had something, and I sort of tend to call it the straw that broke the camel's back? So for me, my hair's been growing and doing weird things for days, and I don't really worry about it. I'll come on live, I don't care. And suddenly, and I think number one, I was tired. I possibly was a bit hungry. I'd also done a big launch on my course. I have been pushing myself, not over pushing, because I do like to take time off. And those of you know that this is my last real thing I have to do in the week that I turn up and do, apart from my membership, but I pre-recorded that already. I take it easy for the end of the week, but I have been pushing because I had COVID, lockdown, like all of us did. And then I added another C onto it. I went and got cancer. I mean, what was I thinking? I like to joke about it, but what was I thinking? So I had 2 years, in fact, 2.5 years of my business stalling. It didn't fail and I kept going what I was doing, and I'm very proud of that. But I didn't push new ideas and I didn't put things out there. I didn't really market what I was doing because I couldn't. All I could do was keep going what I had and support my HB club, which was my HB Inspired, my mastermind groups. They were my key focus. I did not want to let them down, and I don't think I did. So if you're in my membership, you can tell me on the screen if you think I did or I didn't. Don't tell me if I didn't. I don't know. I might create another meltdown. But I had this meltdown, but I realized it was nothing to do with my hair. It was nothing to do with it. And I don't have meltdowns for long, but there is normally tears, a bit of snot and slobber, which one of my coaches once said to me, oh, you're snot and slobber, aren't you? Oh, it's all like messy. And then I was like, what do I need to do? So the first thing I needed to do was talk to somebody. And I don't know if you have business mentors, but I have a business mentor. I'm going to give a shout out today. Honorée Corder, go follow her on Instagram at Honorée Corder. You'll find her easily. A prolific author, brilliant author, but also a great mentor for me. I just sent a message, said, oh my God, I just had a meltdown, but I'm okay. And I like to go with a solution. So I just sent her a message. I'm having a meltdown over my hair. How ridiculous. I think it's everything. But I'm now going to go, I said, and everything's fine. I'm back at my desk, whatever. And then I thought afterwards, right, the next thing I need to do is go and have a nana nap. So, and sorry to anybody that's a nana. I have loads of friends that are nanas, and I am the age that I could be a nana. And, but I went and had what I call a nana nap. I just lay on my bed, and 2 hours later, I woke up. And I realized what had happened was I'd done a really hard workout. I'm on a 75-day challenge. I'm dropping weight, I know, tomorrow. Fantastic, getting rid of my chemo weight. I am pushing hard on my business with a launch, with new products coming, with changing systems, and just feeling my feet and getting back into it. And I am practicing being patient, because that is not one of my virtues, but it is right now, sending that out to the universe. I'm very patient about it happening. I'm not really, but yeah, very patient. And it was the thing that's flipped the switch. So I want to know in the comments, what has ever flipped the switch for you? And I posted on LinkedIn last night, and somebody said, oh my God, yes, somebody just rude to me in the car. And I got back in the drive and I sat and cried. It actually wasn't the person that was rude to me when I was driving the car. Obviously another driver said it was just everything had piled up. And I think it's really important to recognize those meltdowns. We all get them. We get curveballs, we get meltdowns. I'm really fortunate they don't last for long. I have this little voice inside that goes, oh, come on. It's like I look at myself and go, right, have you finished? Have you quite finished? Right. And I normally know what to do. So I'm going to, while you're telling me in the comments, tell me in the comments anything that you do to, if you've ever had a meltdown, or anything that you feel is affecting you that might make you have a meltdown. You tell me in the comments. But here's what I do. Number one, I normally talk to somebody. Lovely Sue Ford's on. Sue's another person that I will talk to Honorée. I will tell people how I'm feeling. My superhero husband gets it in the ear. He's very good at just listening and going, okay. Your hair looks fine to me. I'm like, my hair. He didn't really see through that it wasn't just my hair, because in the end he was going, can you get grips, or can you? I was like, oh, it's not the hair. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. I go out for a walk. I make sure I surround myself with business owners that can get the journey I'm doing. I take time out. I have a sleep if I need to sleep. I eat well. I hydrate well. I obviously go and have a really nice cup of coffee. And a shout out to Kirsty. I don't think Kirsty's on today, who bought me coffee the last time I met her. So I'm waiting to go on to the bean version, but I've got the ground version she gave me. It's just lovely. So I go and have a coffee. I do something that I like doing. The other thing I do, and Sue Ford is on today, she may recognize this. This is my journal. Now, Sue gave it to me a long time ago, and I'm getting through it. Not got much left to go through, but I journal. I'm always prompted to do it by my mentor as well, is journal. So I put things that I want to happen that are happening, and I do some affirmations, and generally I work on what works for me. So I'm not saying you have to do all those things, but I'm saying find what your things are that get you out of a meltdown, a wobble, whatever you like to call it, and plan them now, and maybe have them on Post-it notes. So when you have that wobble, you go, okay, I have an action plan here. What do I do? I know I'm best if I talk to people. I'm also best, I know, if I use it as content. So many people, my social media blew up last night when I put it on LinkedIn, Facebook, and just said, I have a meltdown. It was nothing about the hair. Well, I'm talking about you now. And it gave me an idea what to talk to you about you now. And what I got was people saying, oh my God, it's so refreshing to hear that you have meltdowns, or that it's normal to do that. And it is, it's perfectly normal. We're human beings. We have meltdowns, all right? but it's where you stay in the meltdown afterwards that is what makes us different. And I think that I'm really good at going, okay, done. And I will have probably bigger meltdowns than other people. I tend to do them in private, but I will be, as I said, snot and slobber, sorry for myself, but it's a short while. Go and have a sleep, eat something, get out the door, go for a walk, right, talk to somebody. I know what the things to do. And then I go, okay, enough. I tell myself off. You all know I talk to a mirror. I've talked to you about this a lot in my next book coming out is about me talking to the mirror. I said, come on, Hells, let's just regroup and go again. And nothing particularly, there wasn't one thing that is wrong in my life. Not one thing. Compared to last year, nothing's wrong in my life. But I know that I was putting just a little bit too much pressure on myself, not enough patience, for things to start moving again. And they are. My social media is growing, everything. So if you haven't followed me yet, get on and follow. So let's just have a look at some of these comments. Oh, I've got some lovely woohoos this morning. If you think I'm looking slightly aside, if you're on Instagram and on Facebook, I'm just looking at my comments down the side here. Good morning, a woohoo from Ben. Oh, Ben's in my membership. She says, I never felt let down. Fantastic. You know, and I got people in and I do you know what? The HB Club, although I felt like I was supporting them, they supported me all the way through it, and I can't thank them enough. Showing up the way you did, throughout your treatment was an inspiration in itself. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I suppose it was. For me, it was, as I said to Ben, it was something I want to do. And I'm very good at knowing what I can turn up to and what I can't. But during that period, I was never going to let anybody down. Woohoo. Oh, Barbara, thank you for your woohoo. So have none of you ever had a point that tipped you over? So somebody said something or somebody did something, or maybe somebody even breathed. Have you ever had that somebody's annoyed you so much that they then breathe and you go, that's enough. Yeah, I've thought it. I don't necessarily blow up at that point, but you have to smile at yourself and think, hang on a minute. This is a little bit overboard for what's just happened. Or maybe you're cross with the kids or cross with your husband or cross with a friend. And then you think, well, I wouldn't normally be that cross. What's going on? And I think if ever you're cross or angry, have a think about what's behind it, because quite often it's not what you think. And it may be in business, quite often it's frustration. Sometimes it's and I know there was a bit of frustration for me. And I have been trying to sort out a quiz. So I could do a quiz. You could do a quiz, find out what type of business owner you are, blah, blah, blah. And then you'd come on my mailing list and great. And I was like, I think the universe is telling me something, because 2 platforms I've tried to do it on, and it's been a bit of a nightmare for something so simple. And one of my friends in my mastermind that I'm part of, said to me, oh, I never signed up to any of those. So you do the quiz, and then you have to give your email address. I don't want to do that. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? And if you tell me, would a quiz interest you, or would you rather, now I've got a new thing, join it is my mailing list, but I've made it even more quirky. Somebody said, you get weird on your emails. I love it. So I'm now getting more LinkedIn likes of people seeing my post. I can see it flicking up on my phone. That's from my post last night. Go and check me out. Helen Bullen on LinkedIn. Go and find me there. But I have built the Happy Business. I'm reading it. The Happy Business Builder. Now, if you know me, you know my products. I have the HB Club, which is my membership. HB Inspired, which is my mastermind, have the HB Retreats. There is a theme in there. And it can be Helen's Business Retreats, but it also is Helen Bullen. So HB. So I had to get HB in somewhere. And I was like, I'm going to call my newsletter. And it's not a news. I hate the word. Does anybody else hate the word newsletter? Doesn't it sound boring? It's not. They're not boring. I can tell you they are not boring. Somebody said the other day that somebody in America wrote to me and said, I love your emails. When they come, they remind you of the big guys out here that are all full of their motivational stuff. Now, I don't want to be cheesy sleazy, so I hope I'm not one of those. But he just said, keep going. And I had somebody else say, oh my God, everything you're putting out there is resonating with me right now. Because what I've changed to doing is being ad hoc with my emails. So I send them to you like I would a friend when I want to send an email and have a chat. And I have a chat with you just like I'm doing now. It comes from here. Now, I don't think it ever didn't come from here, but I felt I was having to do it a certain way. I don't do that now. I used to think I needed a content writer, and there's great content writers out there, but actually it doesn't sound like me. I don't want to not sound like me. And if you enjoy the way I talk now, that's exactly the way my emails come across. But I'm going to call it's for happy business builders. I was going to call it for happy business owners, If you put HB and owners together and you say H and you put the B with it, it don't sound too good. Ben will be on here and laughing right now. So it is called, after some careful thinking, a Happy Business Builder. So if you want to be part of my community, it's free. Yeah, and you want to know what's going on in my world and who I'm going to chat to and what I'm doing, and maybe a bit about meltdowns or what I've done at the weekend. I told people I'd volunteered. There's normally a little twist in why I do it and how that could help you. And I try to be as helpful as possible. But I think when I did my landing page, you can go and have a look at my landing page. The link is in the bio on Instagram. It is in the Learn More button on Facebook. And if not, just put HBB in the comments and I'll put the link, not HBO. You see, HBO does not work, does it? I hope the landing page is updated. Otherwise, you're going to see it as HBO and laugh. Yeah, I'm adding that to the long list of funny quotes. Yes, Ben. HB owners just didn't sound good. So it's called HB Builders, HBB. Just pop it in the comments. I'll make sure I come. If you're on Instagram, you'll have to go to the bio because the comments will disappear when I finish live. But just put it in my comments and I will make sure you get on my mail list. And I'm going to make sure it's fun. So I think I said it was full of tips and advice for your business, because I try and put that in. My usual chatty ramblings, because I'm emailing you as my friend that wants to hear from me. I'm not emailing you as a prospect that I've got to impress. Yes, I do tell you when there's things going off in my world that I'm selling, because I will tell you about that. But there's also fun, motivation, and hopefully inspiration. And it will come from all angles. You'll be surprised whatever angles I bring to that. And I'm really enjoying doing them. And as I said, I don't do it once a week. I don't do it once a month. I don't know how many times I do it. I do it when I want to send an email. So maybe I'll just send one today to anybody that's joined up. Anyway, it's called the Happy Business Builder. Now, the only thing I'm thinking in my head is I've just changed that. You may get an email saying, thanks for joining, blah, blah, blah. May not have the right thing on it. I might have to go and check. Right, let me look at some of my comments. I'm going to wave at Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Nice to see you on. Looking well, Helen. You're an inspiration. Layla. I can't read that. Layla, I think it is. And it's another. We've got Layla Fish. We've got Ben Fish on. I love that. Are you two related? I'd like to know. Maybe way down in a fishing port somewhere on the coast of Devon. I don't know. I've just maligned your surnames, haven't I? Anyway, thank you. Yeah, people keep telling me I'm inspirational. I don't know if I am, all right? I think we're all inspirational to people in our own way, and we should be, yeah? So you're as inspiring as I am, just in different ways. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, more people to wave at on Instagram. Right, I was just saying, if you want to join my Happy Business Builder, not my Happy Business Owners mailing, because HBO doesn't sound good, and HB owners, if you say it the wrong way, it doesn't look good written. And I know Ben will appreciate that. Ben's been in my world for a long time. Sometimes I say, right, go for it, have a proper ugly cry, and then enough. Pull yourself together and focus on the next task. Do you know there's something to be said for an ugly cry? Oh, I'm proud I'm an ugly crier. Oh, as I said, I call it snot and slobber because it just almost every orifice on my head leaks, you know? I remember my dad once saying, one of my really good friends had passed away, and I said, I just can't stop crying. He went, oh, I've never told you. This is so my dad. He said, your bladder is higher than everybody else. It's just a bit higher near your head and it leaks occasionally. I was like, I find that quite funny. See, that's where I get my weirdness from. And I have passed that weirdness on to my children, especially my son, I think. My daughter would be like, yeah, not me. My son, definitely. Yes, he's my baby boy. Helen, meet my mother. I love your mother. And I know she makes really good cakes. Sometimes I bring cakes to retreats and Ben goes, I say, is it good? And he goes, well, it's okay. And I think, oh, God damn, you've always had good cakes to eat. Anyway, she's been stalking and watching you for ages. She loves you. Well, I'm going to say, Layla, I love Ben. I sort of adopted him as one of my sons. When we met up with him in Brighton, he came out for a meal, didn't you, Ben? And Ed's nephew was with us. And I was like, oh, it feels like, and my daughter, oh, the family's here. So can I share him? Because he's just wonderful. He's just awesome. A credit to you. Hello, Mummy Fish. I love it. Right, cool. So go today and be motivated. It's not hump day, all right? If you think I'm inspirational, great, but go and be inspirational for other people. And you know, all you have to do is show up and smile and be the best you that you can be, right? And if you have a mini meltdown, have a nana nap, okay? Eat something, hydrate well, and speak to some friends, or message me. I don't mind. I don't make it a war and peace, because I'll be like, can't get to. Sometimes people message me and I'm like, where's the point? Because I'm kindly blunt. Okay, I am going to bring my podcast back. I need to start recording because I've got lots to say. I have to say. And Barbara says, I'm the biggest crybaby ever. Oh, welcome to my word, Barbara. Let's just be the crybabies. I could put a happy business crybabies. I could have put, couldn't I? Anyway, who's going to join my mailing list today? Come on, at least go and look at my page that I've built and check that when I pressed republish, it's not still called Happy Business Owners. It was business owners for 24 hours. Anyway, it just doesn't work. 6:30, Becca. I'm not lost while we've got 6:30 in there, but it may be you're talking to somebody else. Sometimes I get the comments and I can't see if it's a conversation. Motivated, list of things I want to achieve today and this week. Had lots of pumpkin fun the last 2 days. I'm a bit of a I hate Halloween person. I'm like, close the curtains, shut the door. There's children knocking. That's not so inspirational, is it? A bit like that. I think when I'm a granny, I will be. A nanny bat, I'm on it. Or a nanny nap. Don't start talking about bats because Ben will take it another way. Crying is the bomb. A nana app. Oh, say hello to Ben. Tracy, we've got Twinkle and Sparkle on, and that is a whole nother story from my membership. But Tracy and Ben, I can never remember which way you are. One's Twinkle, one's Sparkle. And that came from lockdown, where we did, Sue and I did we literally turned up every morning and did a fun live to cheer people up. And anyway, let's not talk about rucksack. There's a whole nother realm if you're in my membership. I tell you, we do learn about business. And these guys have been, in fact, Tracy and Ben are on. They've been really, really successful in what they do. I'm not calling out all my other members. I know you've all been successful too. I'm just talking about these two right now. Me too. Halloween Scrooge over here. Yeah. Anyway, let's not admit to that. So have a great day. It's not a hump day. And if it feels like a hump day, go and change something. Sign yourself up to my email. Maybe there's going to be a nugget. And what I really like is when people reply to my email, they go, that resonated with me today. That makes my heart. That's what it's about, isn't it? When somebody goes, that was what I needed. If this live today is what you needed, tell me. If the email is what you needed, tell me. And I don't do boring newsletters, right? I don't. I like to go in. The other morning, I was like, hey, am I the first in your inbox? Somebody from America went, well, I'm in America. And yes, you were. Because it must have arrived about 2 a.m. in the morning. Anyway, I don't care. Right. And I'm going to leave you with your whatever heckling is going on in the chat box. I love it. About nana naps, banana bats. Dear me, you've all let it go. Right. Have a great day. If you've enjoyed this, please follow me wherever you can. Please share it. Come and find me on LinkedIn. I'm really trying to build my LinkedIn. I'm enjoying it. And I've also got a page on there. And if I get enough people on the page, I think I'm about 85 now. I think I've got to get to 150. I can go live on there too. Hold me back. Right. I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook first for a change. So let me end the broadcast. See you later, Facebook. Have a